gibt's irgendwie mit ihm noch
How
was
is
zu
your
quatschen?
investigation?
I have a few questions.
All right, but be quick.
Ah ja, okay.
You made me swear on the blood of William Marshall during my initiation ceremony. Why was that?
William Marshall was the most glorious knight who ever lived. He served 5 kings and was a living example of probity for all. And he was my maker.
William Marshall was a vampire? Is this some sort of joke? Wait. Could he be my maker?
That would be joyful news, for it would mean he still walks among us. But alas, the great knight has left this world for good.
Why is his blood so sacred to the Ascalon Club?
He was simply the greatest defender of the realm we have ever known. I fought by his side at the Battle of Preston, and he made me his progeny following the fight.
Okay.
What can you tell me about the Great Hunt?
It's a major concern, and I'm convinced we'll only get a satisfactory conclusion by putting an end to the epidemic.
I have already met Geoffrey McCullum. I am certain he will persist until he has killed every last vampire.
The Guard's current successful recruitment campaign is driven by the ravenous behavior of the Skulls.
I see. So without the epidemic creating Skulls, the Guard could not convince anybody of our presence.
Exactly. Once we have put the epidemic behind us, we need only wait until the Guard grows old and weak. Time will once again become our ally.
What about the risk of a full-scale attack here? Geoffrey McCullum is a daring leader.
That is exactly why so many of our number have left the country until things improve. But not me. I founded this club. I'll die defending it.
May I ask you about the mortal who attended my initiation? Mr. Aloysius Dawson.
A member of the club does not normally ask questions about other members. We trust each other mutually.
So he really is a member then?
Indeed. Only the most eminent members are allowed to attend such ceremonies. Even if I admit some of us fled during the first hours of the Great Hunt.
But Mr. Dawson is mortal. Are you not afraid he might reveal who you are? Especially to your enemies.
Aloysius Dawson is a man of his word, as are all of us. This is the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reid. We do not grant access to the unworthy.
Gut, dann haben wir da
Goodbye, Lord
alles.
Godspeed, Dr. Reid. We are counting on you.
So, hier die können wir ja nicht, das sind ja Vampire, aber wir können
I'm
ihn noch.
sure you have more important things to do than talking with an old man like myself.
Ja, aber Seuche nicht die Bürger? Bist du nicht ein Bürger hier? So. Ja, gut. Dann kann ich ja nichts anderes wie jetzt Haus. Hier. So, ja gut. Sollen wir hier die Bürger auf Infektion überprüfen?
I think Lord Redgrave just suggested I was sired by an ancient vampire.
All countries unite!
Good evening, Miss Ashbury.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reid.
So.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual recently?
A few days ago, I spotted a strange house while campaigning for women's suffrage. Awful smell. No answer when I knocked.
Where is it?
It's the Mullaneys, a nice family who live in a big house near the park in the eastern part of this neighborhood.
Ja, cool. Danke für die
Goodbye,
Information.
Charlotte. Give my best regards to your mother when you you see.
She's been quite...
Ja, das kennen wir ja schon. So. Ist hier irgendwo der Händler noch? Ah, der ist hier drin. Ah, hier haben wir nix.
Please, sir.
Ist hier irgendwas rum?
Whether you need to buy something or not, I am happy to help. Good evening, Dr. Reid. A great night, what?
Hat er nix?
I
Erstmal
may
gucken,
have
ob
a
er
look at your
was
goods, Mr. Russell.
zum Verkaufen hat oder ob wir ihm was verkaufen können. Ja, den Deutsch, den nicht. So, guter Griff. Kaufen. Oh, jetzt habe ich vergessen, ihn zu
Good
fragen.
evening, Dr. Reid. A great night, what?
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual?
Not really. Wait, now that you mention it, I don't see the McPhersons in my favorite restaurants. They love delicate meals too, you understand.
Thank you. It may be nothing, but I'll investigate anyway. Where do they live?
They have a house in the southern part of the district, somewhere
Maybe
north of the
as a-
railway bridge. There is a courtyard, if I remember rightly.
Also, wie geht's dir? Ist alles wieder in besser Ordnung oder hast du noch ein bisschen was vor dir?
Goodbye, Mr. Russell. I'm sure you'll take care of yourself.
The night is so peaceful. I understand exactly what that poet meant the other night.
Okay, jemand anderen haben wir doch noch gehabt, ne? Hier. Aber da ist jetzt niemand mehr. Asa krank. Oh je, und da hast du gestreamt, obwohl du krank bist. Na, 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 Junge. Seit Sonntag Magen-Darm. Ja gut, bei Magen-Darm geht's ja. Bei Magen-Darm geht's ja. So, wo ist denn der blöde Unterschlupf jetzt von uns? Falsche Richtung. Also hier. Ich möchte nämlich ein paar EP verteilen. Das ist falsch, wir müssen wohl hier hin. Oh je. Ja gut, das kann ich natürlich nachvollziehen, ne? Dass du da abbrechen musstest. Wenn es nicht mehr geht, geht's nicht mehr. Oh, was? Okay. Da wurde ich kurzerhand getötet. Naja, es kommen wieder bessere Zeiten. Ich wünsche dir auf jeden Fall gute Besserung, dass das sich bald wieder bessert. Ess schön Zwieback, trink Tee, Salzstangen. Viel mehr kann man dann nichts machen. Ah ja, ich bin wieder hier, okay. Oh, was? Oh. Was zum Henker sind die denn so stark? So, und du, blöder Fuck-Vampir. Was teleportiert er sich denn weg hier? Oh. So. Jetzt müsste hier irgendwo mein Unterschlupf sein. So wie ich das verstanden habe. Ja. So, Anwesen der Reid-Familie. Oh, ich bin zu Hause? Oha. Okay, dann gucke ich das hier erstmal durch, alles. Das Anwesen der Reid-Familie. Oh Gott, ist das hier... Hier oben ist schon mal gar nichts. Die Tür können wir rein. Okay. Die nicht. Alter Brief. Anwesen der Reid-Familie, 8. März 1908. Mein lieber Avery, wie ich Ihnen bereits vor Tagen mitgeteilt habe, muss ich England verlassen, wenn auch nur für ein paar Monate. Solange ich fort bin und bis mein Sohn nach London zurückkehrt, möchte ich, dass Sie sich gut um unser Haus kümmern. Ich habe bereits die nötigen Arrangements auf Englisch was richtig, Arrangements getroffen, um ihren Lohn zu erhöhen und ihn so lange weiterzuzahlen, wie bestmöglich, wie sie hier arbeiten. Sie haben mir versprochen, meine geliebte Frau zu beschützen und ihr bestmöglich zu dienen. Dafür möchte ich mich von ganzem Herzen bei Ihnen bedanken. Sollte ich nicht wiederkehren, haben einzig und allein Sie mein vollstes Vertrauen. Ihr innigster Freund Aubrey Reid. Aha. Können wir hier so hin und her blättern. Scheinbar. Das funktioniert nicht. Avery Cork. Harry wurde bezahlt, um sich bis zum letzten Atemzug um die Familie Reid zu kümmern. Okay, er ist hier. Das heißt, wir treffen noch irgendwann auf ihn. Oh Gott, dieses Haus hier ist aber groß. Aber ich mag den Stil so total. Also, wäre das heute noch modern, ich würde es genauso einrichten. Oh Gott, da ist er ja. Unser Aufpasser hier. Okay, dann reden wir doch mal mit ihm.
Good evening, Avery.
Mr. Jonathan? I can't believe my own eyes. Oh, it's a miracle. We all thought you were... Oh, sir, your poor sister. What a tragedy.
I know, Avery. I know about my sister's murder.
Miss Reid expected you to return to assist with the funeral, right up until the last minute. Where have you been, Mr. Jonathan? We needed you here.
War da. War da.
Tell me the truth, Avery. Do you feel forced to stay here? Would you leave this house without the arrangement made by my father?
No, sir. I have nowhere else to go. And I promised your father I'd take care of his family as long as I live.
This house is dead, Avery. There is a curse on this family. You really should consider leaving.
If only you could have been here sooner or more often. Maybe this house would not be that empty. But you're here now, sir. So my task is not over.
Okay. Avery wünscht sich, dass der junge Jonathan Reid sich mehr um seine Mutter kümmern würde. Ja, er war halt im Krieg auch, ne? Deshalb war er nicht zu Hause.
You have served this family extremely well, Avery. Your support during these terrible times is much appreciated.
Then I will stay. All I ask is that you take care of my own funeral if I die before the end of the epidemic. No mass grave, please, sir.
Nee, wirst du auch nicht kriegen.
Do you really think I don't take enough care of my mother, Avery?
Yes, I do, Mr. Jonathan.
You clearly have something more to say. Speak your mind, Avery.
I know you work hard to help the sick, but what will you do once the epidemic is over?
Ich würde sagen, das Zuhause ist ja nach wie vor hier, oder?
My home is here, and I have nowhere else to go. But this house will need some improvements if I move here. Some radical changes.
That's good news. Whatever changes you have in mind, I'm sure we will find an arrangement that suits your mother also.
Okay. Er ist gesund. Quatsch, da sind wir ja fertig. Ihr Leben in London.
I'm sorry I could not be here for Mary's funeral.
Your mother was strong, sir, but your support would have been appreciated. Apart from the priest and I, no one else attended your sister's funeral.
To be present at the funeral with you both was my dearest wish, Avery. But I am sorry, I simply could not attend.
I would not dare to question your absence, Mr. Jonathan. All I can say is that we missed you a great deal during these difficult days.
How is my mother?
Not well, I'm afraid, sir. Miss Reid is very fragile since the police brought her back home.
The police? What happened?
Miss Reid was found walking in the streets. She kept saying she had spoken with her son and daughter. She's resting now.
Hat sie ja eigentlich auch.
Has she received appropriate medical care?
I'm taking care of Miss Reid myself. Hospitals are so overwhelmed by the epidemic that they can only accept patients infected by influenza.
Avery ist der Einzige, der sich derzeit um Emmeline Reid kümmert. Sind das jetzt alle Hinweise von ihm gewesen dann? Also gesund ist er. Emmeline Reid wird zurzeit von Avery Court umsorgt. Okay, sie ist dann auch da oben. Rechts jetzt. Sehr gut.
Perhaps we could arrange a short trip. Somewhere sunny, like France. She has always been very fond of France. I think leaving London could do her good.
I'm afraid Miss Reid is too frail for the moment. Recently, she started going out at night without remembering it. I have to watch her carefully.
Oh oh, wenn das mal nichts Schlechtes bedeutet hier.
What is the situation in this part of town?
For a time, the West End seemed spared by the epidemic. But the situation is getting much worse.
Have you no relatives anywhere? I'll understand if you want to take a few days to see family.
Your father managed to guarantee my earnings as long as I take care of this house, sir. My sisters are dead, and I've never met my nephews. I'll stay, sir.
Okay, ja gut.
I'm currently investigating sources of the epidemic in this part of town. Do you know anything useful?
Not really, except all the Macphersons' servants resigned a few days ago. They feared becoming infected, they said.
The Macphersons? Where do they live?
I think it's a rich house near the railway bridge in the southern part of the district.
Ja, cool. Dann haben wir noch mal einen
Goodbye,
Hinweis.
Avery. Please watch over my mother until I return.
Of course, Mr. Jonathan. But please return as soon as possible.
Ja, das machen wir. Auf jeden Fall machen wir das. So, was ist hier? Ach, draußen ist da. Okay. Nee, da will ich ja nicht hin. Ich will ja dann jetzt erstmal wieder hoch. Oh, da ist ja die Mama.
Mother, good evening.
Jonathan, is it you? Where have you been, my prodigal son?
I'm right here, Mother. I'm finally home.
Yes, for this son of mine was dead and is alive again. He was lost and now found. But where is your sister? Where is Mary?
Mary? She is gone, Mother.
I know she's gone. The question is, when will she return as you have? I miss my grandson
Ist sie ja
so
schon.
much. It's been days since their last visit.
Sie war ja schon wieder zurückgekehrt.
Do you think Avery is right? Do you think I should take better care of you?
I don't blame you, but you abandoned me, son. A mother should not survive her children. It's unbearable to know you're not here anymore.
I know I have failed you since I returned. I even watched you bury Mary from a distance. From now on, I will protect you. You have my word.
You don't have to apologize to me, Johnny. Do you think I did not notice how much you have changed?
Have I changed that much, Mother? Am I still your son?
You are still, and you'll always be. Despite your pale skin, your bloody eyes, and that echoing sadness in your voice.
Do you need anything, Mother? Can I help you?
I just want you to stay with me, Jonathan. Your room is ready. I asked Avery to make your bed.
I'll stay as long as I can, I promise. Do you need anything else?
Just one thing. Stop staring at me like that. As much as I love you, it breaks my heart to look at those empty and dead eyes.
Okay.
Are you working on a new painting?
Not recently. I have trouble focusing on my subject and my mind quickly drifts. It's the same thing when I try to write poetry.
I recently met a talented painter with an excellent technique. I wish you two could meet. I'm sure you'd like her.
I'd be glad
Die
to meet
Lady
her.
Ashbury.
What is her name? Is she famous? Is she dead too?
She's not famous, and her name is of no importance. And yes, she is also dead.
The important thing is, I hope you two get along. If she ever fancies meeting your mother, I'd be glad to welcome her into my home.
Wie sie alle direkt irgendwie die Verbindung zu den beiden suchen. Süß.
Have you returned to Whitechapel Cemetery since Mary's funeral?
I never want to go back to that awful place. Wait. I think I went back once. And you were there too. And Mary? No, that can't be true.
It was just a bad dream, Mother.
A nightmare, yes. Mary was so angry. I walked back home alone. If that kind policeman had not called Avery from the station, I don't know what would have happened.
Mother, do you know what's been going on in this area?
Not really. I don't go out much due to the epidemic, and when I do, I tend to get lost.
What do you mean you get lost? I hope you don't go outside alone.
Of course not. When I go out, your father always comes with me, but he leaves me there sometimes, and I have trouble finding the way back.
Demon, einen wunderschönen guten Abend. Schön, dass du da bist. Wie geht's dir?
Tell me, Mother, how are you? All alone in this big house with only Avery to take care of you.
I'm sad most of the time. Sad that you have left me here alone. Sad that you don't tell me when you come or go.
I'm so sorry, Mother. It wasn't supposed to be like this. I was coming home. I was home. London, the Thames, and then it happened.
What happened, Johnny?
I was attacked, Mother. And I've not been the same since.
The important thing is that you finally returned home. I was worried, you know. You were the last member of the family of whom I had no news. Even Mary comes more often than you.
Du bist einfach anders. Oje, was machst du denn auch immer für Sachen?
Why do you say Mary is visiting you, Mother? You know that's impossible.
Why should it be? Are you not standing in front of me right now? Why should it be any different with your sister?
But Mary really is dead, Mother.
Yes. And are you not dead too? Isn't your father dead? And my grandson? And my son-in-law? You're all gone. But you all still visit me from time to time.
Alle?
But I'm not dead, Mother. I'm really here, talking to you, trying not to cry.
Oh, it breaks my heart to have to tell you this. But of course you're dead, my darling boy. Just look at you, as pale as my Mary.
So, über die Familie. Vielleicht finden wir ja jetzt mal ein bisschen Geschichte zu Jonathan und seiner Familie raus. Gar nichts.
Goodbye, Mother.
Hinweis.
Try to rest now.
Goodbye, son. Please come back soon.
Ja, natürlich. Das versuchen wir. Gut. Level 25 jetzt. Da haben wir einen neuen Dialog. Aber wir haben ja noch eine Bürgerquest, die ich jetzt erstmal machen möchte. Da gehen wir jetzt auch erstmal hin. Oh, hi Mutter. Oh, mit dir können wir jetzt nicht mehr reden. Ach doch.
Hello again, Mother.
Jonathan, back.
Nee, gibt nichts.
Goodbye, son.
Ja, tschüss. Die kann ja jetzt hier raus, ne?